good morning, everyone. I love to see friendly faces popping in. We're going to have a great show today. I see, we have lovely, lovely guests, and I see Janae, and I see Catherine, and I see Freshwater, and I see Lisa, and I see Sylvia. Oh my gosh, thank you so much, Karen, thank you for joining us. We have a lot wonderful guests and lots of information. And stick around because I have a gift card to give away to Alicia's store, Lakeside Books in Lake Geneva at the end. So please stick around for that. Good morning and welcome to the Wispresso Cafe where books, coffee, writers, and plot twists meet. I'm your host, TK Sheffield, and I write stories for readers to laugh and escape. The Wispresso Cafe, produced by the Wisconsin Writers Association, encourages, educates, celebrates, and promotes writers through its programs and services. Thank you, WWA Board and Ken, our operations guru, and he is the one doing the recording. He's scribbling really fast, writing all this down, and then it'll be posted to the Midwest Writers Room podcast on YouTube, everybody. So when you submit your events to WWA, Ken is the person who is in charge, and we truly cannot do this without Ken. He has written several books, and he's the host of the Midwest Writers Room podcast. Ken, I hear you have some wonderful things that you've been up to. Why don't you tell us about it?
I have a event at Blue House Books in Kenosha tomorrow at noon for my most recent novel, The Breakfast Jury. And yesterday I also wrapped an interview with TMJ4 out of Milwaukee, where they boiled down 20 minutes of interview time in about 2 minutes and completely missed the message that I said. But hey, that's the news. But really looking forward to that. You know, the Blue House Books event will be cool because I'm actually bringing a couple of the jurors from the trial that this book is based on. I'm bringing them along with me just as
Oh,
part of
wow.
the Q&A, just to get a
Great.
broader perspective from people, because a lot of people are interested in the trial itself. And so I
Yeah.
thought it'd be fun to kind of have somebody else talk about it. So
Oh, very
anybody in the
good.
Kenosha area, if you're around tomorrow, stop in at Blue House Books at
What time
noon.
was that?
It's noon to 3.
Noon to 3. Okay, cool. So you can watch Ken and then get home in time for the big game, right? That's tomorrow.
Perfect.
And also, you're going to be a guest on the Wispresso Cafe in April 18th at 10 a.m., and you're going to tell us more. So hopefully
That
everybody
is
will
correct.
attend for that. Um, for those of you new to the show, we have WWA has critique groups, a podcast, a YouTube channel, contests, and a fall conference coming up. So just keep an eye on the website for those kinds of details if you'd like to submit to speak or be on a panel or sell at the book fair. Also, this is fabulous news. WWA just announced its Harvest of Romance anthology. So, if you're writing short and you like romance, think about submitting a short story to Harvest of Romance Anthology, which just opens up on the 14th of February. So you've got about a 2-month window there to submit stories for that. And also, the WWA Press is releasing its Harvest of Horror on March 3rd. So check out spooky Wisconsin stories from your favorite indie retailer, such as Lakeside Books in Lake Geneva. You could go to Bookshop and buy it from there, and then a little comes back to Lakeside. And also, we have the Jade Ring contest coming up that opens up in March. And submit your shorts, nonfiction, or poetry for that contest. So we've got some fun faces in the crowd here, and I want to first chat with Miranda from Full Moon Book Garden. So Miranda, tell us a little bit.
Hi. Well, thanks. I am a co-owner of Full Moon Book Garden with Jill McDonnell. We're both teachers, and the last year we've had our business as a pop-up selling blind dates with books, and then we've kind of evolved over time, done markets, and then we just secured a space in downtown Burlington. So we're doing a pop-up next weekend in this space, and then probably another one in March. And as we slowly open up the store, we're going to try to do pop-ups and include the community in our opening. And because we're both teachers, we won't officially open until the summer for full hours, but we're hoping by April to be able to move from pop-ups and then be open on Fridays and Saturdays.
Oh, that's wonderful. And that's in Burlington?
Yep, in Burlington.
Great. And our guest of honor today also has a pop-up story. So I would like to introduce Alicia Boemi from Lakeside Books in Lake Geneva. So again, stay tuned to the end because I've got a gift card to give away for her store. But Alicia is a children's book author and a published poet who finds inspiration in life on the lake from her daughters and her dogs. Growing up, Alicia spent her summers on the shores of Geneva Lake, which continues to serve as a rich and nostalgic backdrop for her work. Today, she is proud to call Lake Geneva home, where she lives full time with her family. She graduated from Drake University with a dual bachelor's degree in English writing and public relations. She is the owner of Lakeside Books, an indie bookstore, and Izzy Works social media agency, both in downtown Lake Geneva. Alicia also serves on the board of directors for the Friends of the Lake Geneva Public Library. So welcome, Alicia. We are so glad to
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely. And I think you're in your store, right?
I am in my office in
You're
my
in your
basement.
office. Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Our store's little teeny tiny, so I'm not in the store today. Well, this morning.
It's if you haven't been there yet, make a stop, make a trip. It's in the mall. You kind of go into
Mhm.
the mall, and it's just cozy and wonderful. And it's like, it's just a step back in time, and then you've got this lovely spot in the beginning with an arch of books and a front porch, so to speak. So if you haven't been there yet, be sure to visit. But I just wanted to talk to you today, about the shop, what inspired it. Tell me about your book. So we'll just, and then I ask you some questions. And then if anyone has questions for Alicia, please feel free to post in the chat and I will get to them as we chat. So I just want to make sure that everybody knows they can also ask questions too. But first of all, let's just start out. What inspired the shop?
Well, there was a moment I had a couple years, probably 4 or 5 years ago, during COVID, where I was standing on the street of Lake Geneva and I said to myself, well, to my husband, I said, wouldn't it be so amazing to have a bookstore in Lake Geneva? And he just looked at me and was like, oh, please, just hold on. You just published your children's book, like let's just start small. And so it really started with the children's book and writing that and being in the community with the book and doing readings and pop-ups and I was at the Williams Bay Farmers Market just with my book for a few years, and I saw a need, and we had a Lake Geneva bookstore that unfortunately went out of business. We did try to buy it, but it didn't work out for various reasons. So, we saw an opportunity with being at the Williams Bay Farmers Market and having the pop-up there. But one of the biggest things that we kept getting asked throughout our time doing the pop-up was, where's your brick and mortar? We need a bookstore in Lake Geneva. And so my husband turned to me this last year and said, we need to get a bookstore, a brick and mortar in Lake Geneva. And I said, yes, fine.
Oh,
Like
nice.
so it turned around. And so Lake Geneva real estate and renting is a situation. So is all I'll say. So we found a spot right off Main Street in the market of Lake Geneva. It's an awesome building with really great other tenants. The owner is great. And it's like being on Main Street, but we are not having to pay a lot of the Main Street, rent that we could not afford as an indie bookstore.
Right, and you've got
So
nice signage out front to find you, so it's
yes,
easy to find. And there's restrooms in there. So,
yes,
so if you're out
that's
shopping,
true.
you get a little break, and it's air conditioned and heated.
And
So,
heated, yes.
you're out of the weather for a little while.
Yes, for sure, for sure. So, we're tiny, it's a curated book selection. We can't carry every single book under the sun because we're tiny, but it's a starting point and it's something that the community really wanted and we saw a need for. So, we're rolling with it. We just opened the brick and mortar. We did a full summer with the pop-up in the trailer, and then we transformed into opening the store in October. So we haven't had a full summer in Lake Geneva as a brick and mortar store. So we're really looking forward to that and seeing what that is like. And how that works with all the foot traffic and events and things like that.
Well, speaking of, tell us a little bit about the book festival that's going on in August.
So we started the Lakeside Literary Festival. It's kind of a rebrand of the Author Fest that was happening with the Lake Geneva Friends of the Lake Geneva Public Library. And that's something that being a board member of on the Friends, I wanted to bring back somehow. And because I was part of it too as an author, and I saw that it was great for the community. So I wanted to bring it back, rebrand it a little bit, and work with the Lake Geneva Public Library on it. I love our library. Emily, the director, is beyond amazing. Wendy, the youth manager, amazing. And I can't say enough good things about our library. But so we are doing it August 22nd, and we're super excited about it. It's going to be more program focused, and we're doing it inside, which is a little different than doing it outside. We decided we don't want to deal with the heat, the impending weather, the schlepping of the tents and the tables and all that sort of thing on a hot August day. So we're bringing it inside. So we only have 16 spots for the author fair, but still, we are getting a lot of authors who are signing up for that and are really excited about it. So we're excited to have them. And we have,
Oh, go ahead.
well, I was just going to say we have programs that are going to run throughout the day that we're announcing.
Okay, so yeah, that's so for those listening, so you could have, you have the chance to browse for books and visit a beautiful library with on the lake. I mean, it's really is a beautiful library. But tell us a little bit about those panels. So as an author attending or even just a reader attending, I don't mean just, but as somebody who loves books, what will they get out of the panels?
Yeah, so I'll give you all a little preview of some of it. Most of it hasn't been announced yet, but I'll tell you all if you're interested.
Breaking news, guys. Everybody,
Yeah.
breaking news.
So we have Hannah Morrissey as our keynote, and then we have an interview that I will be conducting with the 2022 Wisconsin Poet Laureate Dasha Kelly and memoirist Danielle Bainbridge. And so that's an interview that will be happening. And then we'll be having a panel moderated by Mindy Quigley with Maggie Ginsberg, Christy Clancy, Rowan Beard. And then we are having E.C. Quinn do a kids writing class. And
wonderful.
Yeah, and that pretty much takes up the whole day. And then we are also going to incorporate the youth into the whole literary festival by doing like a writing contest. We're still working out the details of this, but we will be doing a writing contest, a youth writing contest that then we will award some achievements to for youth community members. So we're excited to end the day that way.
Very nice. And, even if you're not a member of an author appearing or being, selling a book or on a panel, just going and celebrating it on social media is good for your own social media, everybody. So just keep that in mind. So supporting the events that are in your area that you can just go to and celebrate. Everybody wants to hear the good news about what's going on with books in their area, right? So it's just another way of supporting the event. And Sylvia had a question. It is indoors.
Yes.
Yeah.
It is indoors in air conditioning.
Yes. We all know what August in Wisconsin can be between thunderstorms and heat. So it sounds amazing. I'm very much looking forward to that. And it's just another way, in addition to a new bookstore in Burlington, a new bookstore in Union Grove, it's just another way to celebrate books and storytelling in this great place. And we also have Tara here from Freshwater Press. There's a press also up near Manitowoc, and she was here last week. Do you want to tell us just a second, Tara? You want to say hi?
Hi, everyone. Actually, one of my business partners, Tracy Coach, is also on. And we just love literature. And we have 4 books that have been out since we started in February of 24. And we have 3 books coming out this year. We're a traditional model company, and we'll be at the WWA, and you can talk to me more there or talk to Tracy or my partner Peggy. We love
Okay.
meeting authors.
Yeah, so feel free to post in the chat, how to get a hold of you if you like. So again, Alicia, back to you. So tell me a little bit about this. I want to get to your books too that you've written, but tell me a little bit more about your store, what has surprised you. And it is, if you haven't visited yet, please do so because it's a beautifully curated selection. So some bookstores are cozy and packed with books, and you have that vibe. But yours is so you're able to see titles and you're able to pick
Yeah.
up and peruse them. And so tell us a little bit about your store and how you curate it.
Yes, that's a question I get a lot, and we also get the feedback that people like that they can see the book titles
Yes, I
and
do
that they're
too.
not like fishing through to try to find something. So, as we grow, it's going to be a balance of that and adding more titles to the shelves and all of that. But a lot of the curating has come from myself and lists like using Edelweiss and Ingram and using those lists as well. So it's just been a lot of research, and we started in the trailer, so with only a couple shelves, so we like really had to bring it down to a certain amount that we could carry, and we found what sold especially over the summer. So we kind of replicated that a little bit, just on like a little bit of a bigger scale, essentially.
Have you heard of Inkventory? Carrie from Thirst Book, who was here last month, she
Mhm.
talked about curating from Inkventory. Have
Oh,
you?
interesting. Okay,
Yeah,
I'll have to look into that.
yeah. Indie authors on here, or everybody. If you want to check out Inkventory with ink, I put it in the chat. Check that one
Hmm.
out too. So, she gets titles from there too, just an FYI. So.
Okay. Okay. Great.
So I loved your trailer when I visited. It was again the same
Yeah.
thing. It's just this beautiful selection, and you can just tell your attention to detail. So what are you finding? What are readers seeking?
Well, you know, readers are seeking an escape, especially right now in the current political climate. And it's really, we sell a lot of mystery thriller, especially like the Death in Door County, the Annalise Ryan books. She's very popular for us. Selling a lot of Heated Rivalry. We can't keep it in stock. We just it flies off the shelves. And we also sell, we we do take what our customers want to see in this store seriously. And that Theo of Golden book was brought to my attention months ago by a customer, and she wanted to order 30 copies. And I thought, okay, if someone's ordering 30 copies of this book, like it has to be something serious.
Right.
So I looked into it more, and then I kept getting calls about it, and it's just a sleeper of a book, but it's so well written. We're doing it for a book club now, and it just got picked up for one of the big like ABC TV personalities book clubs or something. But it's books like that too that you don't know about necessarily until a customer brings it up. So we're very conscious of that as well. Um, and then, the new releases and what's trending, obviously, like with the Heated Rivalries and things like that. But uh Hunger Games still sells very
Yeah.
well. The Fourth Wing series, like all those kind of like, and then we sell classics, like we sell a lot of Frankenstein, which is really funny.
Oh, that
And a
is
lot of
funny.
Little Women, and Walden by Thoreau is one of my favorite books, so I sell a lot of that actually. But so it's kind of all over the place.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Very, very interesting. Do you have a newsletter? If you want, the audience here to subscribe to your store newsletter, do you
We
have one?
do.
Okay.
Yeah, you can subscribe on our website, lakesidebookslg.com.
Okay. Yes, and your website, you have a spot for to guide authors if you're interested in connecting
Hmm.
with Alicia. she's got directions that you should follow if you want to have her consider your titles, that kind of thing.
Mhm.
Just an FYI, which, that makes sense, right? Because you want to make sure that you're serving your patrons who walk through the door and buy books from you. That totally makes sense. And then I also just, again, I want to get to your books, but you also support, I noticed, the Bridges in Lake Geneva and Inspired Coffee Shop. So
Yeah.
tell us about those.
So we support the Bridge. It's the local community food bank. We did a fundraiser for them well, not a fundraiser, but we did a food drive for them outside of our shop during the holidays. And then Inspired Coffee, we're always supporting them as much as we can. They actually supported us in the beginning and let us do pop-ups there. So we love them. They are a coffee shop that trains adults with disabilities to go out and get real world jobs and experience. So they train them at their coffee shop to learn how to navigate life in a job. And so we also support their fundraisers and things like that. And we also support the Water Safety Patrol in our community. We're always donating to their event. We try to be as involved as we can. The Williams Bay School District, we just supported their PTO. So as much as we can be involved as a tiny shop, we try.
Which makes sense, right?
Yeah.
That totally makes sense that you've curated, the groups that as you can support as a tiny store. It's tiny but
Mhm.
mighty store. Okay.
Yeah.
Tracy's got a question. Can you here we are. Tell us about your books.
My books.
Yeah,
So
your books.
My books are the Mailboat Dog and the Safety Patrol Dog. It's those are my children's books. It's the Lake Dog Adventure series, and I had a professor in college who asked me, "What are you going to do with this? You're very talented." And I thought, I have no idea. I am 21, so I don't know. But I knew I wanted to write something. I was very into poetry. I did love children's literature, and I just fell into kind of a slump after college. And then after I had my first daughter, I was literally on a boat ride with my daughter, my dog, and my husband. And I looked at the mailboat and I thought, um, what if Izzy could have any job around this lake, what would it be? And I looked at the mailboat and I thought she'd be a mail jumper, 100%. Izzy's
That's
my
funny.
dog. And so I went home and I immediately wrote the book, and I thought, okay, I can send this to publishers and try to go through that route and do that whole thing, but it's so niche to Lake Geneva. What if I just did this myself? And I'm a very like do it yourself, start businesses, and entrepreneurial spirit type. So I went ahead and went down the self-publishing route, started my own press LLC under my social media marketing company. And I, yeah, I went down that route and did an illustrator contract, got an amazing editor who changed the book for the better. She was like, you need to rewrite this and you need to rewrite that. And I was like, thank you. This is what editors need to be doing more. Making me a better writer
Yeah.
was what she did. And so I published the first book in 2022, The Mailboat Dog, and I've sold probably over 2,500 copies. And
Wonderful.
yeah, it's been great. And that's just all been grassroots, me marketing it. So, and being at the farmers markets and marketing it with the mailboat company that runs the mailboat, which is called Gauge here in Lake Geneva.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And
So,
then
go ahead. I'm
I
sorry.
published my second book in 2025, just this last year in 2025, The Safety Patrol Dog. So the series, it's a three book series. I have the other one in mind. It's and ideas on paper, but it's not fully written yet. But it's all about Lake Geneva and like the specific gems of Lake Geneva. So like the mailboat, the safety patrol dog, the safety patrol, and then there will be a third one. So
Wonderful. That's
Yeah.
wonderful.
Yeah.
Um, my question, oh shoot, now I lost the
Sorry.
train. No, it's fine. My fault. I should have written it down because I know myself. We have one question from Lisa. How many people, it's a little bit off subject, how many people usually attend the Lakeside Literary Fest? Is it locals, tourists? Do you have an estimate?
I don't have an estimate. I know we have like 170 people interested on Facebook, and that's just a very initial number. I believe I'm gonna what my plan is to put it up on Eventbrite and take registrations. It's going to be free, but just to take reservations to see how many people we get registering and things like that. So we have that data, especially for the future. I know the Author Fest was a lot of just walking traffic, like through the park and all of that. The library gets a lot of traffic too. So I think it will be a combination of both. I mean, we're going to be heavily marketing this, and I know the authors that are participating as well are going to be heavily marketing it. So we're hoping to bring in people that are not just, traffic, like walking traffic, or foot traffic, I should say, that might not be 100% interested. We're hoping to bring in very interested people.
Yeah, and if you've been in Lake Geneva on a Saturday in the summer,
Yeah.
there's lots of people. So
And we found out that that's the Saturday of Venetian Fest too. We thought it was the weekend. We got our dates mixed up, and the library was like, let's just go with it. Like, Venetian Fest doesn't totally affect us all the way, but there's also going to be a, a lot going on that weekend. So there will be a lot of foot traffic for sure.
lots of foot traffic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
It's a
people
beautiful place.
coming in town for Lakeside Lit Fest, but then Venetian Fest you get as a bonus almost, and vice versa. So yeah.
Right. And there's so much to do. Just, just the walking up and down, then there's so many wonderful shops and things to do. I mean, it really is a full day
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
enjoying the city. So
Yeah,
and the
for
beautiful
sure.
lake.
And we're working with one of the local hotels. They're giving us a discount on a room, and they are actually one of the only local hotels right in downtown Lake Geneva where you can walk to everything, and they only require one night stay. And they're giving a discount to the
Oh,
Lakeside
fabulous.
Lit Fest folks. So that'll be going out public soon too.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
That's wonderful news. And
Yeah. So you can make like a whole day, night, morning out of it.
right, exactly. Between coffee and fun and boat rides and books and libraries
Yeah.
and shopping. I mean, what's there not to like, right?
I
Oh,
mean,
speaking of shopping. Okay, so I went down and visited the store to get the gift cards. And I could not resist this. Absolutely could not.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
The Real Housewives of Lake Geneva book.
Yeah.
I call it a book bag, right? I mean, isn't it this hilarious? So I'm not giving away. I'm giving away the gift card, but not this. This I'm
Yeah,
keeping.
you should keep that. It's good.
So you have other things besides books in the store. What else do you offer? And fun bags.
Yeah, we have fun bags, we have puzzles, some candles, bookmarks, pens that are very popular that say funny things on them. And we have a whole kids section too. So that, obviously I sell my books there, they're kids' books, and we really try to curate a great section for kids and then middle grade readers as well.
So speaking of kids' books, and I know I see some children's books writers in the group. Tell us about children's books. What are people looking for? What do you look for if you're going to stock them in your shop? What are your insights about writing them? Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah. Well, um, what do I look for? Hardcover typically because kids ruin and throw books, like my children do. But we just look for stories that inspire really, and that take you into a different world. I think that's what I really like about so many children's authors. Like two of our most popular selling books is the Joanna Gaines, the Wonder You See, I think it is, because it just takes you to a different world, but has an awesome message attached to it as well. And then for a little bit of an older reader, we have the Spooky Lakes book that is so fun and takes you into completely different worlds that are real, which is really cool. But that's what I think I enjoyed most about writing my book, was just bringing people into this different world of mail jumpers and the mail boat, and the fact that people do get their mail by this boat. And people don't know that, but it's a fun, really cool part of our town. So,
Is everyone familiar with the mailboat in Lake Geneva? Oh, why don't you explain the mailboat?
yeah, so
Okay.
the mailboat goes around the entire lake and delivers mail to the lakefront homes. So it's literally through the U.S. Postal Service, and it happens every summer. It starts in the beginning of June and runs through September, basically. But they have mail jumpers that are on the boat, and they hold on to the side of the boat, and then they jump onto the pier while the boat is still moving. They run to the mailbox, put the mail in the mailbox, run back to the boat, and catch the back of the boat while the boat zooms off. So it's pretty fun to see. That's what I thought. If my dog could do anything, she would be a mail jumper as her job. And it's a really fun thing that happens every summer, because they have tryouts and you see the kids flying off the boats and into the lake, and it's really fun.
Oh, and I
And as
see.
somebody who, and
Go
I was
ahead.
going to say, when you watch these, it's usually kids doing it.
Mm-hmm.
They are fast, they are fit,
So
and
fast.
they have got it timed down to the second, because there's no
Yeah.
error. There's no
No.
error for them to miss.
No. And so the tryouts are really fun too at the beginning, like in end of May.
And I see, so Kim said Donald Driver, he did the mailboat jumping too.
Yes, he did. That
Oh,
was
that's funny.
fun.
Miranda or Christine DeSmet is with us. She is a longtime member of WWA, and she has a mystery series. And are you working on children's, Christine?
Yes, I am. I'm working on at least three. I've got about five or six planned, but yeah, I've got an agent sending them out right now. So I'm looking for a publisher. So that's where I'm at with those. And they're
And so,
based in Wisconsin. They're about Wisconsin topics, Wisconsin kids, animals, the things they do. Yeah, I'm having a lot of fun. It's a
oh,
whole new area for me.
right. Do you have any tips? Any tips for writing them?
I would say just go for it. I've critiqued books, picture books for years and helped other writers. And people are too hesitant. They're trying to perfect every little word. It's just like, tell your story. Just tell your story and have fun. That's my advice.
Right. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. And I love Christine's mysteries because they have recipes in them. Not only are they fun, but they've got fudge recipes and they're really great. So, oh, Lisa Lickel is with us. I don't know if you know Lisa, she's got her picture there. Lisa Lickel is the editor of Creative Wisconsin, and also she's the heartbeat of WWA Press. And she says, "So, Christine, maybe you want to submit to the press, but I'll leave that between the two of you." So, anyway, so if you submit to Creative Wisconsin, if you have a short story or an article or anything, Lisa is the person who evaluates your submission and reminds you to follow the guidelines. So. Anyway, so about your children's books, you've got two, Alicia, and you've got a third one coming, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're
Yeah.
hoping that one gets done in between everything, running a store and opera and running a book festival.
Yes. And I also am getting a poetry book published
Oh, wow.
this year. So yes, by a poetry publisher. And so there's a lot going on. So that third book, my poor neglected third book. But it's going to happen. It's just a matter of time.
So if someone were to come down to your store and check it out, what
Mhm.
should they look for spring and summer? Do you have any exciting titles coming in that you can't wait to talk about? I know you have a writing group, I think, and you've got some book clubs. Tell us about those.
Yep. So I just placed a bunch of inventory orders actually, because Winterfest kind of we got cleaned out a little bit, which is great problem to have, but now we need to build back our inventory. And so titles I am looking forward to. I'm a huge Emily St. John Mandel fan, and one of my favorite books is by her, Sea of Tranquility, and we sell them constantly at the store too. And she has a new book coming out that I'm really excited about. So that is one that you'll definitely see on our shelves for sure.
So tell us about the event, the book club and the
Yep,
writing
so
group you've got.
we have two book clubs. We have a mystery thriller dedicated book club because we found that we have some really murdery fans that like are part of Lakeside Books. I don't know, they just like murder. It's in reading about it. So we made a dedicated book club for them. And then we have our general fiction book club. Our next general fiction book club, we're reading Theo of Golden. I am about halfway through it. It's a great book. It's a feel-good book. At first I was like, is anything gonna happen? But then started getting into it and I was like, okay, I see what the hype is about for this book. And so that will be happening at the end of February. And then we're reading Rock, Paper, Scissors by Alice Feeney for a mystery thriller book club, which is at the beginning of March. And it basically they rotate each other. So we have a woman, Megan, who runs our mystery thriller book club. She does an amazing job at it because she's all things murder mystery books. And then I run the general fiction book club. So those
Great.
are book clubs that happen every month. And then we are a part of the Lake Geneva Writers Group. And anyone can be part of it. It's a very open and welcoming group to writers, whether you're published, non-published, in the process of querying, wherever you're at. And we even have some like academic writers in that group and all sorts of writers. But we meet every other month, I think is what we said. It's a very new group that formed by myself and a local romance author in Lake Geneva, and then two aspiring authors in Lake Geneva. So we just had our first meeting in January where we really opened it up to the community and brought anyone who wanted to attend in and had a little program. And we're actually meeting this coming week, to go over our programming schedule for the rest of the year. So that'll be coming out soon.
Oh, very nice. And
Yeah.
do you meet at the store?
We are actually decided to meet at the bottle shop.
Oh, okay.
I love the owner of the bottle shop, and you can order wine. So we all decided we wanted a glass of wine.
We all, yes, I
When
understand.
we all decided, yeah, we're gonna have some wine with it.
So, and the reason why I
Yeah.
love your shop, I love it. And I was picturing if you when you go visit, you'll go to the market, and then at first you'll see this lovely front porch before you enter Lakeside Books. You'll see this front porch with a arch of books and a book wall. So
Mhm.
did you created that, right? Didn't you build all that?
Those were my brainchilds. Yes.
Yes.
Another one of I turned to my husband and said, "We're gonna do a book arch." And he said, "Oh, great. Can't wait." So he's very supportive, more supportive than any other husband, I should say, than most out there. But he was like, "Well, we're hiring someone to do this. Like you and I are not crafty enough for this." But anyway, that book nook area that we have that you see, that has the book wall and the book arch, it's outside of the store, and we use it for our book clubs, and like somebody's doing their 40th birthday party, renting the space at night, and we're transforming it for her for a 40th birthday party, but because she's a very bookish person. But it it's where we started as a pop-up, actually. that space was a complete blank space, and the market was renting it out to businesses who wanted to just pop up for the weekend and try out their business essentially to see how it would go. So we did a couple weekends in there as like a proof of concept, like, will people buy books? And it was all different styled furniture, and it wasn't it was very kind of what you see is what you get, but like we had books and people bought them and we were like, okay, this could work. And then the shop right next to it that's attached to it went up for rent. And so we thought, what if we transformed like both these spaces into bookish spaces? So that's what we did with the Book Nook. And now what we started to do, which we tested out, was have authors in that Book Nook space. We bought some tall chairs because we have like these tall cabinets that kind of separate out the Book Nook space from the rest of the mall. So we have it's like a bar stool almost with a bar top. And we tested out with some authors that did really, really well over Winterfest. The foot traffic was amazing. They sold tons of books. And so we were like, this is where we should have our authors, not sitting at a 6-foot table looking up at people, like eye level with people with their books displayed really nice. So that's where we're having authors from now on, is there. And it's been really, really good so far. We're really enjoying it. And back to the arch and the book wall. Yes, those were things I had seen through random things on the internet. And I found that book wall, someone was selling it on Facebook Marketplace.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Wow.
And so I said to my husband, okay, get in your car, you're going to pick this up. And he said, okay, I'm on it. And he went down to Johnsburg, Illinois, and threw it in his trunk, and it folds in half, but we mounted it to the wall, and now it's a really nice backdrop for people to take pictures and oops, sorry. And then the book arch, we had our contractors who did our basement do that. They're amazing. They like had to really think and engineer it. It has a steel pole going through it that they had to get just perfectly right to fit in the space. And then we went to Goodwill and got sorry, one second. We went to Goodwill and got a ton of books, put screws in them, or put holes in them, screwed holes in them, and then put them through the pole and glued them.
I think, is that on your Facebook? I think you have the process of it all. I think it's on your Facebook page, right? If you look for the pictures.
It might be. I know I took a picture of them. Yeah, okay. I know I took a picture of them like when they were in the process of putting it together.
So follow Lakeside Books LG on Facebook and look around in their photos and you'll see it. But the thing is, the first time I walked in there, you look over and you see this really fun display and you just think it's been there forever. Because it makes so much sense, but now then I saw those pictures of you creating it and I thought, wow, they really had to build this out. And it worked out beautifully.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
Christine, when you were saying, get the shopper's eye level with the books, Miranda, that's just an FYI for your bookstore. If you want to sell the eye level, that really is something to think about. So
yeah, and we had those cabinets all custom built and everything, and I'm so glad we had it the way it is because it works out great for the authors.
Yeah. Do you have who's coming up? Do you have authors coming up this month, next month?
We do. We have a local author in February 21st, Sue Draham. She's local to the area. She has a cute children's recipe book, and she'll be visiting us in February. And then we're working on getting more people through the door as we can. We're hoping to have a spicy romance author come visit us in April, which will be exciting. So we'll have everything on our social media.
And so if authors want to be considered, they should contact you through your website?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And
absolutely.
I see we've got Lisa here with Radio Star. She's an author with Fresh Water, correct? Tara or Lisa? Well, they'll answer in a second.
Here she goes.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
Lisa.
Yes, I am. I'm excited for it.
Oh, good for you. Great. You want to tell us a little bit about it?
About my book?
Yeah.
Oh, sure. Radio Star is about a young woman working in radio in the 1980s when most of the other people on the staff were male, so there's a lot to contend with there. And she takes on all these fake on-air names, Lizzie Taylor and Billy Soul and Tanya Starr with two R's. And she sort of gets too far into those radio characters and loses her identity a little.
Oh, interesting. Great. Well, thank you for telling us. And if you want to put a link to it, feel free to do that in the comments.
Thank you.
Alicia, so to contact you, go through your website, check, follow you on the social media.
Yep,
And are you on Bookshop too? They can
we
shop.
are.
Okay.
Yeah,
So,
and that's all linked on our website. Everything is through our website or social media. I try to really streamline everything to be to go through a process, and that's I also have a master's in organizational leadership, so that's just the organization person in me is
good for
to
you.
go through everything. But we're also really active on social media as well. Obviously, I run a social media agency in town, so yeah, it's
Great.
in my blood.
For those who need to know, if you want to, if you're not physically near Lake Geneva, you still want to support the store, you can go on Bookshop, find Lakeside Books Lake Geneva, shop for your favorite books, and then a portion of that sale goes to her store.
Yep, and it's linked through our website too. It says
Okay.
like shop books and then shop our bookshop.
Okay, great.
Mhm.
So just an FYI.
Yeah,
So
thank
Catherine
you.
Hansen, if you would please send me your info, I would be delighted to send you a gift card to the store.
Oh, yay.
She's muted, but if you just want to put your here, I'll put my email in the chat, and if you would like to send that to me,
Okay.
I will send you the gift card, and you can shop to your heart's delight. Catherine has a new book out too. Oh, yes, tell us. Tell us.
All right. Am I not muted?
Yeah, you're good.
All right. Well, it's a memoir of an episode that happened to me in the late 1990s when technology for email was almost brand new. I happened to contact the creator of some screensavers in order to get some help, some tech support. That person answered, and we continued to correspond, and we became friends. And it turned out he lived in Germany, and we just continued to develop our relationship through writing, not knowing that we'd ever be able to meet. And I did eventually go to Europe to meet him. I had never traveled internationally before.
Wow.
And it's that whole story, how that
Wow.
developed. And one of the hooks is that I tell it from memory first. And I have the box of printed out old emails still in my possession.
Wow.
Yeah, it was on the cusp of, you printing at home, and you pay your bill and you're supposed to print out every receipt.
Right. Which I still do.
Do you really? So anyway, I printed out every email once I saw that this was becoming important to me, this long distance friendship. I thought it would always just be sort of an electronic pen pal, but it became much more. So then I tell the story first, and then the second section of the book, I go to the emails from back in the day and read them the first time ever in 25 years.
What's the title?
It's called A Confluence of Rivers, a memoir through digital love letters.
Oh, great, everybody. So thank you. That's great. How interesting was that? I'm from back in the day in corporate communications when we sent out a physical published newspaper once a month with company news in it. There was no email back then. But anyway, thank you. Thank you, everybody. This has just been absolutely delightful. Alicia, is there anything you'd like to add?
I mean, we covered a lot, so thank you. You were an amazing moderator and host, so I appreciate your time so much. And yes, she's amazing. And thank you for visiting the bookstore as much as you have. Really appreciate it. And thank you to everyone who supports indie bookstores. It's not an easy gig, but we do it because we're passionate about it. And so I'm really excited to see other bookstores opening, like Full Moon Book Garden. That's amazing. Congrats to you. And please reach out if you have any questions for me. Like, seriously, I could not have done it without the help from Sam at Blue House Books and Kelly from Reads by the River. They were amazing mentors to me. So we all got to stick together and help each other out.
Yeah, absolutely. Well said. Absolutely. So thank you for coming, everyone. Next month for March, oh, it's going to be another fun one. I've got a cozy takeover with Heather Doyle Harrison and Sean Stevens. If you have ever been on Facebook and seen the Cozy Mystery Party, they host author takeovers, they've got bingo, and it's just a blast. So finally, I'm turning the tables. Instead of them hosting writers, I'm going to host them, and we're going to get the inside scoop on Cozy Mystery Party. So tune in for that one, and then Ken will be with us in April. So, and congrats, Sylvia. You were shortlisted on the Chanticleer Awards. Good for you. Wonderful news.
Thanks so much. I'm really happy about it.
Yeah, that's great. Thank you for attending, everybody. So have a great Saturday. Enjoy the sunshine, and hopefully we'll see you again. Take care,
Thank you,
everybody.
everyone.